Yeah, so you'll start at the top here, and you'll see the planning phase, and you see that gray arrow that says start of the project. So you start with your planning phase, and the first thing you do is you decide on how long your sprints are going to be. Like I said, you're looking at, they're very quick, 2 or 3 weeks, and you're going to have your planning phase there. You've got your product backlog, which is going to have a whole bunch of items in it, and they're prioritized, they're stack ranked, and you're going to look at that product backlog and agree as a team. And you've got your estimations, your time estimations in there, and you're going to say, hey, in 2 weeks I can do the top whatever number of these items, and it might be 1 item, it might be 2, it might be 3, and maybe you're going to take the first one and the second one. The third one may have a high estimate on it, so maybe you've got a couple more days of capacity. You might take number 1, number 2, and number 5, and you're going to talk to the business and say, these are the items we're going for next. And you're going to go right into your implementation phase there. You're going to be writing your test cases at right alongside the code that's being written. It's going to get quickly delivered to the test team. You're going to test that to get that deployed into production. You're going to have your feedback time, and that's going to be the time to do the retrospective, to look back at that last process, see how things went, look back at the assumptions you made, and see kind of what maybe mistakes that there were in the assumptions, and you can use all that information to go into the planning phase next time. That evaluation and feedback time is also really good to get your customer feedback on how you implemented that user requirement, and there may be another requirement that stems from that, or that can go back into your backlog again and get prioritized, and you step right back into the planning phase again.
Cool. That's excellent. So we have a number of section questions that we want to try to answer. One first is, what happens when an interpretive application is built and executed?
The important thing to remember here is it's compiled into an intermediate language, and then it's translated by the just-in-time compiler.
Okay, into that native code.
That's right.
Yep. What are some commonly used data types? We talked about a couple. We talked about integer and float. What are some of the other ones that you've...
So you've got a Boolean data type. That's your true-false.
Yep.
You've got your numeric data types. There's a lot of numeric data types. Mm-hmm. You've got your strings. I'd say those are the most common basic data types that...
So if we don't know what string is, what is string?
So string that's going to be your characters, your alphanumeric characters.
Okay, all right. And then finally, how is Agile development different from a waterfall? And we talked a lot about the differences from a team perspective, from a phasing standpoint. Just kind of give us a high-level overview.
Right. So waterfall is going to have a lengthy design process, and it's going to have it's got the phase gates that are kind of set in stone. And then Agile is going to be short, rapid cycles, and its benefit is the feedback loop.